Okay, how are you doing? I'm going to try this one more time. I actually lost sight or lost my mind and couldn't think of the name of a part. So I'm going to do this again. This is my toolbox that I have. Very simple yet efficient. It's old. It's about 5-6 years old. But it gets the job done. It does what it's supposed to do. It is a Stanley, and it is the same brand as my toolbox, as my socket set. So we opened it up. And in here you find a whole bunch of old good stuff, oldies but goodies. You have channel locks, which are very useful. You have vice grips, very useful. Basic flathead and Phillips head screwdrivers. This one right here is broken, but I still use it. This one right here, I actually have the Phillips head for at home, but I use it for the home use. So I guess when the Phillips head breaks, I'm going to have to buy a new one and put it in here. Magnet, very, very useful. I highly recommend getting one. Matter of fact, this one, let me go ahead and move stuff out of the way. This one extends, as you can see. And it is perfect for getting bolts and nuts out of small places that you can't reach. Also have a couple of tire plugs somewhere deep down inside of the crevices of the toolbox. I have a full set of this. And I use that for plugging tires. And yes, I do all my own work on my cars. Am I a mechanic? By far ways, no. I am not a mechanic. However, I do know a thing or two about fixing cars because I've learned from a whole bunch of people on YouTube, such as, and basically I'm just shouting out their names, so big shout outs. Chris Fix. He definitely knows what he's doing, so I highly recommend watching some of his videos. And also Eric the Car Guy. He is a very, very big influence. He shows you basically the in-depth tour of how to fix something, how to take something apart and fix it. Chris Fix pretty much does the same thing. And there's also Scotty Kilmer. Scotty Kilmer basically gives you the in-depth tour of how to fix something, but he actually doesn't get too in-depth at doing it. But he does know what he's doing. He's been a mechanic for like 30 some odd, 40 some odd, 50 some odd years. So I highly recommend watching his videos. I highly recommend watching Chris Fix, and I highly recommend watching Scotty Kilmer and Eric the Car Guy. So anyways, back to what I'm doing. This right here is what kept on messing me up. This right here is an old tire iron that you would stick on your lug nut on this end, and then on this end, at this spot right here, you would hook a wrench up to, closed or open end wrench, and that's what you would use to take the bolts off, the lug nuts off of the car with. And then this end right here is what you would take the hubcap off with. Now I use it for something different. Well, I can still use it to take off hubcaps with. However, I don't consider it a tire iron. I consider this to be a crowbar. And crowbar is what the term that I had that I could not explain. It is a crowbar is what I use it for. It's still a tire iron, but I use it for a crowbar. Everybody, I think, has to have a mallet. I use the metal one. This is the metal one, but a lot of people use a rubber one, which I actually should be using, but I use this. But hey, it gets the job done. And then, of course, you got your crimper made by 3M. And I would highly recommend getting one of these because it makes an excellent wire stripper, wire cutter, terminal stripper, you know, all that good stuff. It also has coaxial fitting, which is that big circle right there. But hey, it does the job. I highly recommend getting one of these. This was like $15 at Walmart. Actually, I think I got that at AutoZone. $15 AutoZone. This right here is a 3M. This is the wire connector kit that I got. It's assorted connectors. I basically got it for using hooking up speakers to my audio system. And basically what I did was I used these right here, and then these right here to hook up to the battery. And I also used I don't know if you can see it, but there's a red one right in there. I used most of the red ones to connect the wires with because that's the smallest one that's available. But hey, it does the job. Highly recommend getting one of these. This was $12, I think. Maybe $13, something like that. It was almost the same price as that right there. But anyways, I also have crescent wrench, my open and closed box end wrenches, and what I was telling you about this basically is this right here on the thing that I use for the crowbar now. That's basically what that is. And those are my open and closed end wrenches. Crescent wrench, highly recommend getting that. That is the heavy duty one. You also have smaller ones, but that's the heavy duty one. And that's basically what I use to remove fan belts with. But you can also use these right here. If you get the right size, you can use those. And of course, all the rest of the stuff in here is just basic use it if you got it type stuff. There's also something in here. I don't think it's in here. I think it's actually somewhere else, but it's in here somewhere. Let me go ahead and put all this stuff back. Like I said, everything has a purpose. Everything works. Can't complain. It gave me good use. Sooner or later, I'll probably get one of those drawer boxes and start using those instead. Of course, this right here is zip ties. Those always come in handy, and they're useful. This right here is a socket that I use to remove a bolt. I ended up getting this from a friend. He just told me to keep it, so I kept it. And it served its purpose, and it still does serve its purpose. So, little steak knife right there for cutting hoses. Like I said, everything in here has a purpose. It serves its purpose. This right here is a lug nut. Actually, no, it's not. I don't remember what this is. It's something. It's got some kind of importance. I think it's a... If I'm not mistaken, I'm almost certain that this is for the bolts that the lug nuts go onto. You put this on the lug nut that you're pulling through the ball joint for the lug nuts, and then you tighten this up, and then you use this end to completely tighten it and move it in with. I think that's what that is. And this right here is for an impact, which I no longer have, but sooner or later I'll get another one. Somewhere in here I have something that I need, and I don't know if I have it. This right here is a starter wire. My old one that I had was still good, so I just reused it to have this on standby just in case. Of course, you got curved needle nose pliers. Those actually work very, very well, and I still hang on to them. Homemade Ford radio removal tool. These things actually work. You can make them out of coat hangers. Just bend them into the shape of this right here. Use one on either side of the radio. Press apart towards the passenger door and the other side towards the driver's side door, and then remove the radio. Real easy, real easy. I'll probably make a separate video on how to do that. That's pretty much all I have. I do have another tool in here that's used for GMs. Old model GMs like Cutlasses, Pontiacs. And I don't remember what I did with it. Oh, here it is. This right here is to remove a hubcap on a Pontiac or Oldsmobile or smaller model GM vehicle. This end right here goes into the hubcap where it screws in at, and you unscrew it like this. And then this end right here is used to remove the hubcap afterwards. So I still have it. It serves its purpose. It works. So I hang on to it just in case. I haven't had to use it yet since I got rid of my old Oldsmobile, but hey, it works. It'll serve a purpose. So pretty much everything I have, I keep. I can be a little bit of a hoarder when it comes to tools, but hey, like I said, everything serves its purpose. It works. I can't complain. I paid I only paid like $15 for the box itself, but everything else, like I said, in here, got old fuses, couple old bolts, couple old socket sets, little bracket for something. I don't remember what that's for, but I'm sure that'll serve a purpose. This right here was to remove a sensor with. It can, I think it was a temp sensor. Yeah, temp sensor removal socket. Served its purpose, so I kept it. And in here is just a couple of old bolts. That long one right there with the bolt at the end, that was actually used for a exhaust pipe. I use that to tighten up an exhaust pipe, a new one, and it worked, so I'm just hanging on to it. It serves its purpose. Now, I already did a review on this. This is my 60-piece socket set. I already did a review on it, and I will go into more in-depth review on it sometime in the future. And then sometime in the future, I'm also going to be doing a short review on the vehicle I own, which is a Hyundai Santa Fe. So until then, thank you very much for watching. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe if you want. And I will see you with my next in my next video on my introduction on certain things. So thank you very much, and have a good day.